Yes, I'll go ahead and get started
Okay.
and share
Great,
my
great.
PowerPoint if that's okay. A little intro into who I am and my local office and what our company does. So I will go ahead and see screen share here.
That looks great. And folks who are on the call, feel free to chat in your questions so that Julia can answer them. So here we go. Bankers Life, take it away.
All right. Hopefully you guys can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. So my name is Julia Hood. I'm the unit sales manager for the local office here in Santa Barbara for Bankers Life. I'm also a financial advisor, and that's sort of part of what we do as a company, and I'll kind of explain a little bit about that in the next slide. A little bit of history about me. I actually started with this company right out of college. So recent college grads definitely have a place in my heart, seeing as I started as one 12 years ago with the company. I graduated from Chico State, and I moved to Santa Barbara in 2017, a few years ago, to open a new office for our company here. So I've been in the top 5 in the company, ranked for Medicare sales all across the country since 2010. So I'm one of their top producers for Medicare health insurance, which is kind of cool that I'm able to have that ranking here on the Central Coast in Santa Barbara. So there's definitely a huge opportunity for what we do here locally. I'm part of the Women's Leadership Committee Board for our company. So that's a huge passion of mine, is helping develop other women in finance. And I graduated from our company's Emerging Leaders program, and I actually played on the women's golf team at Chico State. So student athletes actually are very successful within our company. They've got a lot of discipline, and the drive to succeed, a little bit of a competitive edge. So student athletes are wonderful in my opinion too. So Bankers Life is exclusively based in the retirement marketplace. So that's how we started as a company. We were one of the pioneers in group health insurance and Medicare supplement sales. So we have deep roots, in the retirement community. We've been around since the 1800s, and I mentioned I will send these slides to Diana. So I'm trying to catch up a little bit. We were a couple of minutes behind, so I know I may breeze through these first couple of slides, but I'm happy to have her forward them to you if you'd like them, for yourself. But our company has been around for a long time. So we have a home office in Chicago, and it's been in the same spot right on the river walk there since the 1800s, which is pretty impressive. In the 1970s, we became one of the first providers for annuities, which are very popular amongst our seniors and our senior clients for investments. And we have 1.5 million policyholders or more, and more than 4,000 agents, 260 locations in 49 states. So for recent college grads who are looking to stay local, it's certainly a wonderful opportunity. But if they do decide to move, or they're seeking a promotion or upward movement within our company, there's certainly a lot of different opportunities all over the country within Bankers Life. So this is a picture of our home office in Chicago. We get to go out there, even the agents get to go out there once or twice a year by invitation for further development trainings, which is wonderful. This is a few pictures of my team here in Santa Barbara that we've been able to go out over the last year. Actually, we've been out there 3 times to our home office for developmental training. So we get to go to Cubs games and do some fun Chicago style activities in between trainings. So it's nice to be able to travel as well and have that paid for by the company. As a company, we have over $1.4 billion in paid claims and over $17.5 billion in assets. So we're one of the only insurance companies that's actually still expanding and growing. opening up new office locations, which is very rare, not only just for the situation that we're in currently with the COVID pandemic, but you know, a lot of insurance companies have gone exclusively online. You know, you're calling in through 1-800 numbers, and they don't really have storefront locations. So we believe heavily in customer service and one-on-one interactions with our clients face to face. So we, you know, we still have storefront locations and local offices, which is very important in our industry. We partner, we're actually the largest corporate contributor with the Alzheimer's Association. Once a year, every office in our company across the country raises funds for the Alzheimer's Association, and we all donate to our local chapter. So our office here in Santa Barbara donates to the local chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, and we also contribute to Meals on Wheels. I know it's important for me to be associated with, you know, a company that gives back. And Alzheimer's disease is definitely one that affects a lot of our clients and their families. So that's particularly important. Excuse me. I mentioned I'm on the board for the Women's Leadership Committee for our company, but this is something that is very progressive in my opinion. There are very few women that get into the financial industry. There are even fewer women in management in finance. So to be able to be an advocate for other women who are coming up in the industry and want to get into, you know, financial advising and insurance, this is an awesome opportunity to be part of something like that. So our home office actually flies us out to Chicago. Any women who are interested in development into a management position with our company, they're all invited to go to our Women's Leadership Summit in Chicago once a year. So this is a picture of actually my one of my best friends and I. She works for me here in Santa Barbara now. Her name's Leanna. That's us with our president of our company, our entire company, at our home office at our leadership summit for the Women's Leadership Development Committee. So it's pretty cool to be part of a company that would put together something like this. It's even more important and fun for me to be part of the board that puts together these summits. If anybody's been to Chicago, you know how much fun that city is. So we love going out there. But this is our local office downtown. I had the opportunity to move down here in 2017, and the company let me do that because I put together a business proposal and I submitted it, and I thought there was a huge opportunity here in Santa Barbara for what we do. So I had an office up in San Luis Obispo. I had a team of 25 agents that I had hired and trained, and it was really a well-oiled machine, and I chose to leave that all behind to come down here and start all over again because I saw a great opportunity here in Santa Barbara, and I absolutely love it here. So I had an 1,100 square foot office that I opened in 2017 on Upper State Street. It was kind of like a little closet. When you put people and furniture in an 1,100 square foot space, it's pretty small. So my lease was only 2 years, and we did so well there. I moved one of my best friends down with me, Leanna, and you know, I hired and trained another 5 or 6 agents in that time who are now permanently part of my team. The company allowed me to expand further. So I just moved into a 2,400 square foot space in downtown Santa Barbara. We have a beautiful client meeting room, a huge conference room, a room for seminars, and many private offices. So I have the opportunity to hire and expand further, which is really exciting, which is why I'm talking to all of you. Basically, I have a vision to create a team of graduate agents. So these are going to be agents who are graduated from a 4 or 2 year university in the past year, or upcoming graduation, which is happening in a couple of months. This is my field trainer, Leanna. She's actually the #1 agent in California for our company now, which is great to have been able to help develop and train her. But I have a position available for a couple of recent college grads, and a team leader for my graduate agent program. I hope you like my little clip art. Happy grads, man or a woman, it doesn't matter, just somebody who wants to move up into a management position. And this is my current downline. So everybody I consider a career agent, those are people that have been with me for a year or longer. So my current downline, I have 6 people that range from 1 year with me to 5 years. I've moved a couple of those agents down here. But in terms of what I'm trying to develop right now, I have an opportunity to not only bring on, general agents, but I'd like to build a team of graduate agents. So in the immediate future, I'd like to bring on 4 recent college grads and have one of those move up into a management position, within about 4 to 6 months with the company. So many people are interested in getting into management. I think it's nice to have a little healthy competition, and I think it's good to develop as an agent and or financial advisor first and move up into that position. So I'd love to hire exclusively from UCSB. I've got a couple other folks that are just coming on board with me that are recent graduates from UCSB. But, I've had great success with recent college grads. Leanna came to me right out of college too. So, yeah, this is my plan. I won't go into too much more detail. I have a couple other slides, but I think this pretty much summarizes, who I am, what I'm looking for. And I know we got a late start, so Diana, if there's any questions you want to ask me, I can stop screen sharing, and you can go ahead.
What are the 2 other slides, and then I'll jump right into the questions.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, okay. I don't want to stop the flow here, so.
I know, I felt so bad. I had some technical difficulties, and I don't want you to keep you guys too long. But one thing our company is actually known for, which is wonderful in the insurance industry, is our training. We spend so much time and resources training new agents. We put them through a licensing process. So I help them get their insurance license. We only need our California life and health license to do what we do. And that does require that they go through a 52-hour online course, which is usually a breeze for people who just went through school. It takes a couple of weeks. It's self-paced, and then they take a state exam and they get their insurance license. So the state exam is about 120 questions. And most people pass just fine. I've actually never had anybody fail that's gone through the pre-licensing course, the 52-hour course. So from there, we put our agents into a one-on-one mentorship program. These are all of the developmental programs that we offer that are in Chicago through our home office. So, we don't just get people licensed and then kind of throw them out there and, they either sink or swim. A lot of companies do that. We really believe in one-on-one development. So we do pair, let me go to this next one. We do pair our agents with a mentor. So every new hire we bring on board gets a field training mentor for minimally their first 4 months. So that's somebody that's working with them daily, who's meeting with clients with them, and the new agent is able to shadow this mentor when we meet with our clients and, go through our phone calls to set up client meetings and everything. So the agent development program that we have once we get people licensed is just unmatched in the industry. And I think this slide is just basically our target market is folks aging into retirement. So there are 76 million baby boomers in the United States. And all of these people are turning age 65 and getting onto Medicare as their primary insurance. So that is one of the main things that we focus on here in Santa Barbara, which is why I'm one of the top sales reps in our company for Medicare sales. So there are a large number of people in Santa Barbara County that turn age 65 every single month, and the Medicare system is very confusing. So we counsel people on, what they need to do, how to make this transition, and it's one of those things that does not discriminate. Everybody turns age 65 and has to get on to Medicare, whether, you live in a $15 million home in Montecito or, a conservative home somewhere else. So we're able to go into these homes in this community that are just really interesting. So we do make house calls still. We're meeting with our clients one-on-one, and we're very old-fashioned that way. We believe that's how business should be done. It's how the insurance industry was operating. For many years, it was only one-on-one consultations, but a lot of companies have steered away from that. So we're still able to set up one-on-one in-home consultations with our clients. It's changed a little bit in the last couple of months, but we've been able to adapt to that and do virtual consultations with our clients. So I'll send you guys that slide. And then these are just our products. And I think this is the last one. So in terms of what products we offer, we have many different products that fall into these different categories, but our main product categories are life insurance. We do annuities, which are indexed or fixed annuities. Those are investments. We're the only company in the state of California now that offers comprehensive long-term care insurance, which is huge. That would be insurance that pays for somebody to receive in-home care if they were deemed, to need assistance with activities of daily living. An insurance policy for long-term care would pay for a caregiver to come in and take care of them in home or in a facility. We do Medicare supplement insurance and Medicare Advantage and prescription drug programs. So these are all things that we believe affect people in their retirement. If they don't have a plan, whether it's to self-insure or through insurance for one of these areas, they could deplete their assets in retirement very quickly. So as a company, this is I know I'll send you that one. This is something that we show our clients in every single consultation. So these are the 4 main areas that will affect people in their retirement. So whether we're doing a consultation with a client for Medicare or life insurance, we're going to do a needs-based assessment on all areas of their planning and see if there are any other ways that we can help them. And I might have lied, this is the last slide. We also help people get their license for financial advising. We have a partner company, it's called Bankers Life Securities. So I am a financial advisor. From running some of the career fairs, we had a booth for our company in a couple of your career fairs there at UCSB, but there's a lot of interest in financial advising from graduates. And one of the things I'm always telling folks is the insurance industry is the best way to transition into financial advising. So there are companies such as Edward Jones that they just exclusively do financial advising, and that's wonderful. That's how their company operates. But it's very hard to obtain a lot of new clients by financial advising if that is your only means of addressing new clients. So it's a lot harder to call somebody up and ask them where their money is, and if you can review their assets. Than it is to offer them a review of their, Medicare insurance or their life insurance planning, and then be able to, slowly transition those clients into your financial clients. So something that's particularly interesting, being a young financial advisor, is that 41% of all financial advisors are just as close to retirement as their own clients. So over 41% of financial advisors are age 55 years old or older. So once all of these people age into retirement, there's going to be a lot of need for financial advisors to take over those books of business. So I started when I was 21 years old in this industry, and I get a lot of questions and, sometimes trepidation from recent college grads that maybe our senior clients won't trust them or they won't thinks they're credible. I do such a thorough job training on the products and everything that we do here that our agents become a voice of authority, and that's never an issue. A lot of seniors want to work with younger people because they know they're not going to go anywhere. They've had, our clients have had their primary care doctors retire. A lot of doctors are a little older too, especially in this area. They age into retirement, and I have clients who have had to pick 3 or 4 new primary care doctors in the last 5 years because they end up retiring. The same goes for financial advisors. So a lot of our senior clients want to work with younger people, and they think of us as their grandkids or their kids, and they want to refer us to their friends. They really admire younger people that are, wanting to work in this industry and young, ambitious, and they want to help us out and help, develop our careers as well. So that's all I have on my slides.
Well, this is very, very optimistic and great. It looks like you really do have some opportunities for students, and that you treat them very well as you bring them on and provide excellent training and that kind of thing. Have you been affected by what's going on with COVID, and how is that impacting how you connect with students or with early graduates, recent graduates? How has that pipeline been affected, and how do students connect with you?
So that's been an interesting discovery, because I've always wanted to work directly with college grads. I've mentioned this isn't anything new for me, but I have always done career briefings. So we'll invite a handful of people to attend one of my virtual sessions, and I'll tell them a little bit about the company and the opportunity I have here in Santa Barbara. And we don't just invite recent college grads, we're inviting everybody, but college grads are included. I would say about 90% of people who are showing up now to my career briefings, my virtual briefings, are college grads within the last year, because they're able to use the technology. They're able to join Zoom, and they're already on board with how to utilize everything that we have in our virtual system. So that is one of the reasons why I started adding some exclusive career briefings just for UCSB, to try and see if I can get more recent college grads or people who are graduating soon. So I think that it's a great shift, and it's great to be able to focus on recruiting at UCSB during this time.
So has the process for interviewing gone virtual, and how's that been changed?
I think it's easier. People are able to log in and attend. They're able to have access to, being on the computer and seeing, slides and everything right in front of them. It's more convenient. They're not having to, and if you're looking for a job, you would really think that people would be fine with getting dressed up and coming into an office. But sometimes I have people not show up for interviews. So I'm getting more of a guaranteed attendance rate by just having everything virtually. So I don't know if I'll go back, to be honest. I really do like initial meetings being done over Zoom. Of course, I'd like to meet people one-on-one. That's very valuable, but maybe that as a second interview. But I think that I'm going to try to continue this even after, the shelter at home has been lifted.
So if you could give students a word of advice or counsel about how to best prepare themselves to participate in these virtual recruiting activities like your Zoom sessions or whatever the one-on-one interview systems are, what would you tell them?
I get really excited when I see not only somebody's camera is turned on, but they've situated themselves. I don't care if they're in their vehicle, even in a place where they can hear me, and where if they want to ask questions, it's not noisy. To be engaged and to be able to see people one-on-one is extremely important. I don't want to see just the little, the little phone clip art, because I don't know who that person is. And the one thing that I actually have noticed about Zoom is when the camera is on, I actually feel like I'm connecting more with the person. I can see, their mannerisms and how they're reacting to what I'm saying, more than if they're just sitting, in a room full of people and I'm talking to them. So having their camera on, being engaged, asking questions, when the person or the interviewer asks if anybody has questions, I just think all of those things are very important.
That's very helpful. So do you source some of your candidates from the online platforms that we're all familiar with, like Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, those kinds of things? And if so, do you have comments or suggestions for how students present themselves that way?
Yes, actually, I am a member of what's called Avature, the Avature system, where we source from Indeed, Monster. It basically pools all of the applicants from all of the online resources like that. So one thing that stands out to me is the resume. I know when I studied business communications in college, and I took a whole class on advanced interviewing. I think it's very important to have an appropriate resume, and I've looked at probably thousands of resumes in 12 years. And the ones that stand out to me are the ones that abide by the standard resume guidelines. And that is 1 page, bold where it needs to be. If you really want me to be honest, as a recruiter, it drives me nuts when I see very general skills like, good communicator or proficient in Microsoft Word, and that's really it that's on there. I'm like, I don't really know you. I don't know what that means. I can use Microsoft Word. So, and not, if that's on people's resumes, I don't judge them. I like to get to know them still, but I want to know who they are. If you only get 1 sheet of paper, make it important. Yeah, make it simple. I'm not going to read a 4-page resume.
Okay, great. Well, I know I've asked a bunch of questions, and I want to throw it out there to my colleagues who are on the line here. If you have any questions, just throw them in the chat box, and we'll go ahead and ask them. But in the meanwhile, I do have one question that popped up, and that's, as we navigate through COVID-19, how do you see your business being affected? Is there growth involved, decline, or is it just going to stay status quo?
Our business is booming, and I think that I've always been, as a manager, somebody who's able to adapt to every situation that arises. So in this community, there's still a need for insurance, and there are still people aging into Medicare, and the opportunity for me that I see is who's going to step up and make resources available to these seniors given this situation. So I immediately got on doing some direct mail marketing, to offer virtual consultations. I'm offering a consultation that just teaches people how to use Zoom. No sales involved. So if they want to learn how to communicate with their kids over Zoom and their families, I know my parents struggled with that. My dad wanted us to teach him how to use Zoom, and that was difficult. So I think it's important to not just do what our company provides to us, but see a need and learn how to adapt. And in this community, I've seen a huge response to that. So my business here in Santa Barbara has just increased. The amount of call-ins off our direct mail marketing has been wonderful. So it's all about being able to adapt. And our company has done a lot to support that as well with, our virtual systems. We've rolled out DocuSign, which we didn't, it really wasn't part of what we do. We're very much a customer service and face-to-face oriented company. So the use of DocuSign is going to make, our lives easier indefinitely, but we really stepped up and rolled out a lot of programs that have been beneficial during this time.
Great. And are all your onboarding programs and so forth, or your internships and jobs right now, they're all completely remote at the moment, right?
Correct. Yes. Everything's remote because we can do everything remotely. And all of our call systems, if we're calling clients or we're calling, leads, that is all internet-based, all Salesforce platforms. So everything that we are doing is remotely. We are essential services. I mean, we are bold essential services on that list, but we need to protect ourselves and our clients. And since most of them are seniors, just to be safe, I'm having all the agents work from home.
Great. Okay. Well, I know we've gone past our time, and I want to be respectful of everybody's time. This has been fabulous. Thank you so much, Julia. We really appreciate it. I will be happy to take your slides and make them available to people if they want them. Just let me know. But thank you. We are so appreciative of your interest in our school and our students, and hopefully we'll be in touch soon and continue this recruiting pipeline.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm so sorry about the technical glitch there in the beginning. So thanks so much for everybody's time. I really appreciate it.
No worries, no worries. Thank you very much. Everybody's writing thank you on the chat. So
You're very welcome. I'll send you my slides, Diana, if anybody wants to take a look, or you're welcome to forward them. So.
Okay. Thank you, Julia.
All righty.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.